Oh man, how you guys doing? It's your man Phil Williams from the Phil Williams Show. Yes, I'm saluting you, Americans. No, that's a joke. I'm tripping on the salute, even though it is funny though. But anyway, how you guys doing? It's your man Phil Williams from the Phil Williams Show. Welcome. It's been a minute since I've talked to you guys. It's just been a lot on my plate, a lot of stuff going on, good stuff. How you doing, Keith Beveridge? How you doing, Keith? Linda Limley. How you doing, Linda? Kelly Rugenskemp. I think that's right. Samuel Smith. How you doing? Ken Thompson. What's up, man? Man, miss you dearly, bro. Welcome. Denise Ryer. Bill Babinek. Babinek. I hope I'm saying your names correctly. Robert Edwards. Julie Leck. How you doing? Borgia. How you doing, Borgia? You've been on fire lately. Been loving your posts, loving your point of view, and I'm glad to have you back. I know that you've been dealing with some issues, and God is so good. Ishmael Hernandez, how you doing? Juliet Laughlin, I believe I'm saying that right. Nick Johnson, what's up, Nick? Hey, that's Nick Johnson. That's one of the co-producers. That's one of the co-producers on the Jacob's Ladder project. Nick is an awesome, awesome producer. Prevail Beats, yes. What's up, Nick? How you doing, man? And Ken Dodge. Hey, you guys know I can do this all day. For those who are tuning in to me for the first time, again, welcome. I am a tall conservative, so don't adjust your dial or your phone or swipe or anything. Janice Barlow. What's going on, Janice? How you doing? Tell your husband I said hello and to good health. I know that he's been dealing with some issues too. And you guys been dealing with it like some married troopers. Appreciate you much. But anyway, this is what I want to talk to you guys about today. Yes, you know me, I don't just jump on the first news story and just to get out there to be the first one to say something and all that kind of foolishness. You know, I like to assess information. I like to see what's going on. And one of the things that I've seen that's happening, you say, oh, I'm sorry, Chad, he has a pirate eye. I got you. He has a patch on his eye. I got you. Tell him I said, there she blows, or whatever they say. You know, I don't know. But anyway, I'm watching everything that's happening. I'm watching everything that's happening with, of course, Trump, the president. And the part that's kind of interesting to me is that I'm watching us conservatives, us supposedly conservatives, us true conservatives. Not all of us, but I'm watching us. I like to throw myself in there too because I'm not perfect and I don't think so, but I could possibly go awry at any given time too. So it's we the people, not them the government to me. And so even in this criticism, I still throw me in there. But I'm watching us. I'm watching us deal with Trump and all of his things, the Iran deal, the Korea thing, just all this stuff. And it's almost like I'm watching us just dream and hope. It's like we're living in a dream. I like to call it La La Land. It's like we really, really believe that this guy, this dude Trump, we just really believe that he's just so screwed up and he's just so screwed up. This is the part. Trump knows exactly what he's doing. The problem is with you being in La La Land, you think that he doesn't know what he's doing. You want to call him stupid. You want to call him an imbecile. You want to call him ignorant. And all those things apply in certain things, but not for this political thing. The dude is not stupid. It's just you're in La La Land. See, Trump has his base. Let's give him 30%. He has his base. That's all he cares about. That's all he cares about. But the thing that you don't realize, because you're in La La Land, is Trump has two bases. Yeah. You didn't know that? Yeah, Trump has two bases. He has the base of ridiculous so-called Republicans, And he has his Democratic base. Don't forget now, this is why Rance Priebus' pubic hair was so cool with this Trump thing, because his mind was, we have to get crossovers. So Donald Trump was the one who's going to get crossover. There are two bases that we're dealing with, people. You have the ignorant, ridiculous, have to win at all cost. The ones that felt like Obama turned them into a bunch of losers. You have that base. The one that Donald Trump said, if I run, I'll run as a Republican because you're stupid. You have that base. That's your 30% base. But Donald Trump has a 50% base too. And that's the Democrats. See, because you're in La La Land, you don't see that he has two bases. One, the Democrat base is the one that really has, but you're in La La Land because you're covered up with the magical R. You're not seeing that he's empowering the Democrat base. The liberal media loves this dude. They've loved him from day one. And he's catering to his stupid Republican base. How do you have proof? The primaries are proof. Thanks, Jeremy. I appreciate you for calling me an idiot. Thank you. See, here's the proof. See, you guys are looking at the primaries, right? And you're saying, look, Donald Trump, if you guys go against Donald Trump, you'll lose your primary seat. See, first of all, I'm for all the incumbents losing. I'm for that. Because the incumbents are the very same ones that turned people like Jeremy into feeling like losers that they got to support this dude. See, the people like this, see, the Republican primary base, the ones that's beating the incumbents, I'm cool with that. I'm just not cool with how they're doing it. See, the primary thing is making you people say, well, if you speak against Donald Trump, you're going to lose your seat. I'm cool with that. Incumbents need to lose. Why? Because these are the very same ones that enabled Barack Obama to circumvent the Constitution, executive order us to death, use the levers of the government to hurt the people. See, those same incumbents that enabled Obama to do that, they're still in. They're enablers. They enabled Obama, now they're enabling Trump. Trump and the Democrats knew that if they got Trump in on the foolishness that Obama created, where you guys want to blame Obama for creating ISIS, blame Obama for creating Trump. He created the environment for the Trump humpers and Trump to win by not holding Obama accountable. They just did the talking point thing so they can get the House and they can get the Senate. They can get the Tea Party for them and all those kind of things. But they enabled Obama to do all the things that Trump is doing now. They enabled him. So I'm for all the incumbents to lose. But since I'm a true conservative and a true Christian, I don't like how they are losing. They are losing on something that you foolish people, 30%, the 30% Republicans, not you 50. See, the 50% Democrats are just dancing like a hunky going old country. They're just excited. The Democrats are cool. It's you 30%ers that Trump is catering to. That's the problem. See, you guys are protecting the immoral aspect that the right side of America was always against. See, that's who's beating the incumbents, and I have a problem with that. But because you're in La La Land, you think that Trump is going to come around and he's going to be for you. He's never going to come around and be for the right side of America because he's catering to his other base. That's the 50% of Democrats that have been trying to destroy our Jesus in our life. They've been trying to destroy the babies in the womb. They've been trying to destroy the Constitution. See, they get one fell swoop with Donald Trump. Not only do they get these want to win at all cost 30% supporters, but they also keep the 50% empowered. Every once in a while, the 50% will throw you a bone, and Nancy Pelosi will come on and say something critical, and Schumer will say something critical. Every once in a while, you'll hear a liberal reporter say something critical, but they love what Trump is doing because it's maligning the right side of America and make you a bunch of freaking hypocrites. The things that the right would never stand for is what's beating the incumbents. But you guys are so short-sighted that you're not seeing that's not going to be a winning strategy against the Democrats. He's empowering that 50% base while he's showering and realigning what conservative means, while he's tainting everything conservative. The liberals are empowered. But you're looking at these primaries to keep you at bay. It's Republicans beating Republicans. You should be concerned how Republicans are beating Republicans. And yes, we do want to remove all the incumbents, but we don't want to replace them with Trump humpers. See, the Trump humper is designed to run cover for the most immoral, despicable things that we are as human beings, let alone as right-side Christians and Republicans and conservatives. See, your incumbent is the one who made it impossible for us to be aligned as unhumane because we're separating children from their parents. Yes, it's the law, and I can understand all that thing. I'm not for legal immigration. But when it comes across that we are on the right side are going to be aligned with splitting up families, that's not a winning strategy against the 50% that we're empowering. That's not a winning strategy, people. So how we're replacing the incumbents is why we're in la-la land. This is not going to win against Democrats in 2018. It's not going to win. It's a short-sighted, long-sighted. See, 30% short-sighted, but Donald Trump has two bases. His 50% is long-sighted. They just need you to protect. They need you to be able to be bought off. Yeah, you got a tax cut, but our debt's going. See, hypocrites again. You got your tax cut, but our debt's going through the roof. And whose stamp is on it? Republicans. And they're going to be able to run against a bunch of hypocrites. So yes, I'm for all incumbents losing because those are the same people that enabled Obama. That's why we got Obamacare. That's why Planned Parenthood's not defunded. That's why our Second Amendment and our First Amendment and all these things are under attack. Why? Because of the enabling Republicans under Obama set the table for Donald Trump. See, the 30% not retarded, but Republicans, 30%, Donald Trump's base over here, 30%. They're excited when he overturns an Obama thing because they're blaming the black guy for everything. But what you're not understanding is that the 50% are empowered by this because they're going to be able to say, see what those hypocrites are doing? See what they're doing? True conservatives like me is never going to vote for Trump. True conservatives like me and a bunch of my friends, we're never going to support anything this dude does because we see what it is that I'm saying. But he just needs to keep you 30% at bay. He needs you 30% to call me an idiot. Thanks, Jeremy. I love that, man. I haven't been called an idiot in a long time. I'm glad you chimed in to call me that. Because right after 2018, I'm going to say, who's the dummy now, Jeremy? See, the media could control. Remember that blue wave they was always talking about? See, they knew how to tamp it down to make Republicans think that they really have a shot. Anybody who goes against Trump, you're going to be threatened. That's what the RNC is telling you now. Anybody who goes against Trump, you're going to lose your seat. Bob Corker and all these people, they're not running because they knew that they were going to be in trouble. That's why they speak against them. But you ones that are running, you'll have hell to pay if you run against them, if you do not support this president. See, during a primary, that foolishness can win because you say, wow, it's just replacing a Republican with a Republican. But you're not looking at what kind of Republican you're replacing an incumbent Republican with. So the incumbent, I have no tears for you. I'm sorry, can't cry, won't do it. Because I'm an advocate for all you incumbents losing anyway. But how you're losing. You're losing to things as protecting things that we would have never protected before on the right. And you're calling it a win. And you're sticking with it. So now, the solution. Here's the solution. What is the 70% that's not the 30%? What are we doing to help our community? Because right now it looks like we're relying on this foolishness to help our community. We're relying on the immoral people that's kicking out the stupid incumbent people. We're relying on them to come in and do something for our communities. This is the la-la land I hope we wake up from. The right side of America is sitting back waiting for government to do something. That is ridiculous. You have made government huge just because you're looking to them as a solution. As a true conservative, we have to shrink government. We have to shrink it, and we start with understanding the government that we're relying on is not designed to help us. They're designed to keep winning election after election, seat protection after protection. That's what they're designed to do. They'll throw you a bone, they'll throw you a grant, they'll do that foolishness, but we the people are designed to protect and educate and raise our children. We the people have to recognize what is happening to our children, to our future. We have to understand what the music is doing to sabotage the growth process of our children. We have to recognize what the TV is doing, what vision the television is giving to our children that has nothing to do with patriotism, Christianity, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the rule of law. We have to recognize this and understand what we need to do to stop this. Not waiting for the government to do something. Not waiting for the FCC to regulate misogyny and felonies. Our children are walking around listening to audio felonies. A bunch of felony coaches. Coaching them into doing drugs, coaching them into having sex, coaching them into being materialistic, coaching them into not needing Jesus Christ, not respecting authority, not respecting parents. Church is just non-existent to a lot of our young people. And what are we doing? We the people doing. That's the la-la land we have to wake up from. Trump is going to cater to his base. Matter of fact, his two bases. But what are we going to do? This is what Phil Williams is all about. I'm not just saying it to you on the radio or on this broadcast. I'm not saying it to you just to get you thinking. I'm actually doing things to stop the assault on our children, the assault on our Constitution, the assault on our children understanding what patriotism means versus spending a bunch of money on how they're being patronized. We have to wake up out of la-la land. We have been lulled into believing that the government is the solution. And I'm telling you, it's not. The government has a place in our life, but we have made it way too big, and all these elections are showing this. Now they're saying it's the Trump party. But they got you looking at this side over here. Not understanding the party that Trump never left. On the left. The blue wave is going to happen. But if you get out of la-la land right now, we can survive that too. Why? Because we're not counting on Democrats or Republicans to do what we should be doing for our children. What we should be doing for our community. If we start doing these things, they will have to jump on board. Yes, all the incumbents should lose, but how they're losing should concern you. They're losing to Trump humpers that will protect everything that's immoral, everything that we used to stand against. They are now for it. Sorry, I'm not shouting, bro. I'm just kind of excited. Sorry, Alex, not shouting. But it doesn't matter. Come on, man. Don't make that kind of criticism, man. Come on, man. You're picking out something small that's very insignificant. What am I talking about? I'm on the phone. I'm on a broadcast, man. Guess what, man? Come on, man. It's not about me shouting. See, that's that kind of thing. I'm not saying that your critique is not warranted. I'm just saying don't get caught up on that part. What am I shouting about? We the people, not them the government. Our babies are dying from drugs all over the place, and you're waiting for this kind of government to come and bring a solution? I know you're not waiting for the Trump Foundation to trickle some money down, because that's under investigation now. Remember, we was promised that if we elected Hillary, we're going to have investigations from the far as the eye can see. Look at the report that just came out, the IG report right now. The IG report is saying they're picking out what 2 FBI agents are saying. Let me tell you guys something. These must be the most dream-struck, la-la land FBI agents on the planet. You sure Donald Trump's not going to win, is he? He's not going to win. No, we're going to make sure he doesn't win. And he wins. These are the dumbest FBI agents on the planet. But he can get 30% of you guys to say, see how crooked they were? Man, dude, you won because of these fools. It's a shiny object. It's a red herring. The IG report says what? That if Jim Comey and these people were really, really good at what Donald Trump wants you to believe that they're really, really good at, we would have Hillary Clinton as a president. But the IG report is showing that they are really, really bad at what Donald Trump wants you to believe that they're really, really good at. They suck. They sucked at making Donald Trump lose. He won. So what is his criticism? He won. What is his criticism? The IG report said what? That the FBI helped Donald Trump. But he still has to stick to the lie he's been telling you. Strzok and Page, they are 2 ignoramuses. And they were very ineffective at rigging the system against Donald Trump. Why? You guys understand, Donald Trump has 2 bases. He has the 30% that couldn't stand anything that happened under Obama. And he has the 50% Democrats. Everything Donald Trump does caters to both of those bases at the same time. But because you're a Christian that just couldn't stand Obama and whatnot, you're in la-la land that this dude is a Christian. You're in la-la land that this dude is for the Second Amendment. You're in la-la land that this dude is for the people. You're in la-la land that this dude is not a criminal gangster, mastermind, real estate, bigot, whatever. You're in la-la land, people. There's 30% of his base is cool with anything this dude does that has nothing to do with the Constitution, Bill of Rights, or rule of law. And then there's 50% that's cool that he's taking the Republican Party down with it. And the right side of America right along with it. His children are a part of the 50%. And watch what this man is about to do, because his children are now under the lawsuit right along with him, misusing our troops. Get out of la-la land, people. Get out of la-la land. Donald Trump is catering to both of his bases at the same time. The question that you need to ask is this: what are you doing to support our children right now? That's under assault right now, versus waiting for it to trickle through this foolishness of a government. Yeah, all the incumbents should lose. I'm cool with that. But how they're losing, you should be concerned. The backup plan should be we the people, not them the government. Hey, if you like to support some of the things that I'm doing, you can make a tax-deductible donation at Lil Jimmy DJ POZ, LILJIMMY DJ POZ .jimdo. That's JIM doing something, JIMDO.com. Lil Jimmy DJ Jimdo.com. You can make a tax-deductible donation. Help us. Functioning conservatism. Help us get some computer tablets and teddy bears to our children that can't go to school. Actually functioning program. Get the Little Jimmy book, I Was Being Told But Nothing About My Dreams. Get that book. It's on Amazon. Look up I Was Being Told, a Little Jimmy book. Functioning conservatism. Support the Jacob's Ladder anti-drug program. The only anti-drug CD in the country to counteract all this foolishness about pro-drugs that our children are hearing in the music. Support the Jacob's Ladder Challenge. Thanks to just good people like you, we're doing something in Ohio that has the second largest opioid crisis in the nation. We're implanting Jacob's Ladder Challenge in Akron, Ohio, right now as we speak. Your support can help that function. Help that kind of conservatism function, providing an actual solution. Our children are dying by the buckets, and you're waiting for some politician to allot some funding? Go through all this, dangle and hold your senator hostage for some relief? This is what you're waiting on? While the gangster drug dealing rappers are continually speaking to your children? Yes, they're constantly speaking to your children. Molly Percocet. I mean, all this stuff. They're constantly smoking weed, gun shooting, gang violence, all this stuff constantly in the music. And I'm doing something to counteract, to get in between of that foolishness. I need your support. It's functioning conservatism. It's functioning Christianity. Producing a tangible result of proof of our conservative values. We can no longer talk conservative anymore. We need to walk it. And once we do that, you'll see a change in this country unlike anything ever. I mean, right now, I've watched them having what Jeff Sessions says is biblical. What they're doing. What's biblical? Enforcing the laws. Okay, last time I checked, we're under grace and mercy. And so we're not under the law anymore. Last time I checked, we're under grace and mercy. But you're going to allow these charlatans to quote Bible on you? Yes, we are to obey the laws of the land. But we're also supposed to get the log out of our eye before we go get it out of our brothers. We're also supposed to have love and compassion. There's a lot of things we're supposed to be doing, and I'm not going to let these fools use the Bible to keep a fake wayward Christian at bay. What's going on, people, is what happens when you rely on government. But I know what happens when we rely on each other. And Jesus Christ is the head of our lives when we do that. We can't do this without Jesus. Because we're all nothing but filthy rags to God. And he sent his only begotten son. So whoever believes in him will be able to do amazing things. We the people, not them the government. Please support some of these programs. Please. Functioning conservatism. Trust me, it won't be the last time you hear about this stuff. It won't. But it's effective. And it wins liberals over all day long. Because liberal voters know that the liberals aren't doing anything for them. Liberal voters know. Functioning conservatism, functioning Christianity will save this country. Hey. Just remember this, people. We may have come here on two separate ships, but we're all in the same boat now. And it takes both the black and white keys on the piano to play the Star-Spangled Banner. So peace, love, together forever. Don't worry. Be happy and feel that energy. And remember, what you are is God's gift to you. what you do with yourself is your gift to God. Only one life will be passed, but only what's done while you're here will last. We were blessed before we had color. So engage your mind and answer one question. Are you going to stay in La La Land and hope that this government saves this country when our whole existence is based on our belief in God, Jesus Christ, his son, the Holy Spirit, and what amazing things we can do? Hey, thank you guys for tuning in again. Share this video. Thank you for the first time. Sorry, Jeremy, you think I'm an idiot. It's all good, bruh. Pinch yourself. You might wake up one day. Hey, love you guys. God bless.